This is Jack's story, or really, just the beginning of it. Without the ventilators at Aurelia Soldiers Memorial Hospital, it would have been a very different and far too short of a story. My husband Aaron and I had been trying to have a baby for 10 years, the last 4 of which we spent going to different fertility clinics in the province. With the help of IVF, we finally got pregnant. We found out it was a boy and decided in private that we would name him after our grandfathers, 2 very brave, strong men of tremendous character and quick wit. In my 3rd trimester, I suddenly developed preeclampsia, which turned into something called HELP, a very serious condition, and my life was in danger. My baby was going to have to be born at 30 weeks and 6 days, over 9 weeks before his due date. That's a tall order for a human who only weighs 1,350 grams, about the weight of the average human brain. Jack Allen was born on June 20th, 2020 at 2:59 p.m. by emergency C-section, and he saved my life. Due to the anesthesia, Jack was born groggy and wasn't breathing on his own. While I was unconscious, my husband in the hall, and the OR filled with a medical team in full COVID-19 protective gear, Jack was immediately whisked away by the miracle workers who helped get his lungs breathing air for the first time. He was taken to the NICU, intubated, and required the assistance of a CPAP machine and oxygen support. I was taken to the ICU. COVID protocols prevented my husband and I to see Jack at the same time for the first little while, with the exception of Father's Day. I didn't get to hold my son for 3 days, but he was well worth the wait. For the first week of his life, Jack's lungs were too underdeveloped to breathe on his own, and he was hooked up to several machines. We were in awe watching the skilled team as they supported our little preemie. Throughout Jack's stay at the NICU, Aaron and I took turns commuting to Aurelia to spend as much time as we could with our son. The care our family received was remarkable. Our gratitude, infinite. We discovered right away that Jack was feisty, a little fighter. Adversity had met its match, and one of the NICU nurses gave him the nickname Jack Jack, the baby with superpowers from the movie The Incredibles. Just as the doctors and the team of nurses in the OB and ICU took great care of me, now this new team was taking the very best care of my tiny baby boy. Jack had good days and bad, but his trajectory was always going up. He was getting better and better, stronger and stronger, and soon Jack was beginning to thrive. We got to take Jack home on August 16th, 58 days after he was born, and a week before his due date. He now weighs over 8 pounds. He smiles whenever he hears his dad's voice when he comes home from work. He loves cuddling his grandmas, and his favorite days are when we go for walks along the waterfront and he can breathe in the fresh air.